So I'm ready to take a shower. They had to wrap me up with this, and I don't know what is kinking, but it won't stop. Nurse came in, fixed it. 2 minutes later, it's beeping again. Come in, fix it. 2 minutes later, it's beeping again. So I'm going to push the quiet button. That lasts for about a minute, and then it will start beeping again in a minute. So I'm going to be multitasking while I'm taking a shower. So the shower wasn't super pleasant. Do one thing, push the button. A minute later, push the button. Wash something else. A minute later, push the button. But whatever, I'm happy I got my shower in. Feel much better and clean. And yes, I gave in to the gown. I had it in my head for some reason that I was going to wear my own clothes the whole time. It's counterproductive with as clean as they're trying to keep everything, and a special soap that they have you use. You take a shower, they change your sheets. And then I made a oops for ordering lunch. I keep looking that way because that's where the clock is. But I was told that my next round for the Cytoxin and the steroids, like chemo and steroids, was supposed to be about 1 o'clock. And I ordered lunch, or at least I thought I ordered lunch at like noon, or 11:30 noon, somewhere in there. Because I had it in my brain, well, I'll eat, and then I'll have a little gap between when they start the chemo infusion. Apparently, I didn't actually send the order the whole time. I was like, oh, this is taking a long time. Is there a way to check on it? And, well, maybe we can see if there's some way to see the progress. And I opened it up and it never sent. I didn't push the button. So this is probably about like the fourth or fifth time today that I am learning or have had confirmation that chemo brain, as my nurse keeps telling me, is really a thing. So be prepared for that. You will say stupid stuff. You will think you do things and you don't do them. So far the nausea's been okay, but between the shower and the beeping and pushing the button every minute while in the shower and heightened stress with that, and now I'm going to be eating while getting the chemo, which is not what I had in mind. I asked the nurse for some extra nausea meds as a precaution. It shouldn't be too bad. It's been fine so far, but I'm trying to be proactive. I kind of planned that this meal, lunch, would be my last yummy meal, because after lunch I'm just gonna do plain Jane chicken and rice, like the bland diet, to try to keep the nausea at bay as best as possible. I'd rather eat bland food than get sick. So hopefully I don't regret eating teriyaki salmon for lunch while getting chemo. Wish me luck. Quick thing I've learned with these machines, your little IV trolley guy, whatever they're called, I guess once they're fully charged, they last about 4 hours. So I'm learning to plug them in when I'm just in one spot, so that when I want to go for a walk, I can unplug, wrap the cords up, and just go for a walk, which I haven't done yet. So I'm gonna eat my lunch and then I will go for my first little stroll. All right, quick side note, which is freaking awesome. So I don't know how many people know this, but Dr. Britt has written a couple books. One is pretty popular in the MS community called Everyday Miracles. Oh, sorry, this gown, and I'm sitting on lines and stuff. Everyday Miracles, and it goes over how he came to the idea of HSCT for MS and his whole process of having to go through working with mice first and then the trials and it's an amazing book. It's on Audible, very good. if you have any questions about this procedure, get that book on Audible and listen to it. But he's also written another book called Kill Switch. Excuse me. It's about viruses and whatnot. And when I was here, I think it was for my consultation, I think we were talking about it. And it piqued my interest, and it has been on my list of things to get, but at home I don't really get much time to sit down and open up and read a book. And so I didn't order it because I knew that I wasn't going to have time to sit down and read it. Well, now I have time to sit down and read it. So anyways, he ended up looking for the book that he had put out for staff to read if they were interested. But I guess it's good because people took it home. He ended up finding another one, and he brought it to the room. I did not expect him to do that. He must have had it in his car or briefcase or somewhere. It looks brand new. But you know, it's for staff and for patients while they're getting treatment, and then, you know, it needs to go back to the staff area. But I didn't know, but I can get Amazon delivered here to the hospital. So I will read this one until mine comes on Monday. So that's awesome. And I asked Dr. Burt, I feel like such a nerd. I asked Dr. Burt if he would sign it or put like a little note in my book when I get it, and he said yes. So I'm such a nerd. Beeping madness. So a nurse came in and told me, or she asked if I had been doing the saline rinses, which I didn't know what she was talking about. I thought that maybe she was talking about like through the IV, but she was asking if I was doing them, so I didn't really understand what she was asking. She's talking about these things. So in the cubby, the same thing that they use to flush your lines with, she mentioned rinsing your mouth with it and gargling it and then spitting it out, and that it would help prevent you from getting mouth sores that's caused by some of the medications that were given. So I'm gonna start doing that as a preventative to protect my mouth. She said that I will thank her for it later. I'm all about preventative, so I'm gonna start doing it now, and I'm gonna thank her later. Oh, how often? I forgot to mention how often. She said just like whenever you go to the bathroom. Obviously not right after Lasix, otherwise the entire syringe will be gone. But she said just use a little bit and just every so often throughout the day. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Well, today was a pretty good day, starting to kind of get into the rhythm of things. Gave in to wearing the hospital gown, and it's actually hasn't been horrible. It's been convenient, so I think I'm going to do this the rest of the time I'm here. Just makes it more simple. I've accepted the whole look. Bald head, the IV tag along, and now I've got the gown, so got the whole shebang down. Went for a couple walks today. And try to go on more tomorrow, just to stay as active as possible. It's supposed to be good for you. Plus, it's nice to get out of this room. Oh, the beds move constantly. Sometimes you sit down and then it's like adjusting the air pressure. You lay down and then like it moves under you, and then eventually it stops. It's weird. But I'm super tired, so I don't care what it does. I'm gonna go to sleep. Okay, see you tomorrow.